We exist in a world addicted to motion, to doing, to forcing outcomes. Yet what if everything you've learned about manifestation has been upside down? What if the chase itself is the wall between you and what you seek? In quantum manifestation, this mindset doesn't just fail. It pushes what you want further away. Quantum reality isn't linear. It doesn't bend to pressure. It aligns with coherence. And coherence begins when your inner frequency mirrors the life you claim to desire. Most try to draw in abundance while pulsing with lack. They imagine love while radiating emptiness. They affirm freedom while embodying fear. That contradiction is what the field hears. Not your words, not your affirmations, not your rituals. Here's the hidden key. Manifestation isn't a result of asking. It's the effect of becoming. In quantum language, the field, an infinite sea of potential, isn't moved by effort. It resonates with harmony, which means your work isn't to push but to tune in, to stop chasing and start aligning. This is where many lose their way. They repeat phrases like feel as if it's already done or be in the vibration of having, yet it feels hollow or false. That's because they miss the paradox. The state of allowing is the state of attracting. In quantum mechanics, the observer effect shows that observation changes outcomes, but only when it carries expectation, not desperation. When you observe life through faith and knowing, potential collapses into form. But when you observe through fear or urgency, the wave stays open, possibility never reality. Pause here. This isn't about fault, it's about awareness, about realizing how your energy speaks to the cosmos. Think of tuning a radio. If you want to hear 98.7 FM but your dial rests on 88.1, no matter how badly you crave the music, you'll hear only static until you tune yourself. That's quantum manifestation. Not demanding the universe to give, but adjusting to the signal where your desired reality already lives. This is where ancient wisdom and modern physics meet. Neville Goddard taught living from the end, embodying the emotional code of your fulfilled wish. Joe Dispenza shows how the brain and heart must synchronize, sending one clear signal to the quantum field. Abraham Hicks calls it entering the vortex, that emotional balance where resistance dissolves and receiving begins. But here's the catch. Simplicity terrifies the ego. We're conditioned to believe effort equals worth, that growth must hurt, that success requires struggle. Yet in the quantum realm, it's the reverse. The harder you chase, the more you confirm its absence. The more you force, the more you block. That's why this message is called quantum manifestation is simple. That's why few grasp it. Because simplicity isn't glamorous, it's not for sale, but it's the quiet space where reality starts to shift. In the next segments, we'll go deeper. We'll uncover how to reprogram your vibrational field, how reality echoes your inner state, and how to finally live as the version of you that attracts instead of chases. But first, reflect on this. The life you long for already exists. In quantum theory, every outcome is alive right now. Your only task is to align with that reality, not through control, but through coherence. So pause the pursuit and begin becoming. Not tomorrow, not when success shows up, not when love appears, but now. That's when the field starts answering. If your outer world is a mirror, what message is it mirroring back? Many treat manifestation like a checklist. Visualize daily, repeat affirmations, write desires 10 times. While these tools can open awareness, they often become mechanical, surface attempts to polish the reflection instead of changing the face it reflects. The truth is, the quantum field doesn't respond to what you speak. It reflects who you are being, and being is not pretending. It's not acting abundant while stressing about bills. It's not saying I trust while secretly counting the days. Being is alignment, a vibrational agreement between your inner world and the version of life you wish to experience. Joe Dispenza describes it beautifully. Your thoughts are electric, your emotions magnetic. Together they form an electromagnetic broadcast that signals your state of being to the quantum field. That infinite matrix of potential rearranges itself according to your signal, not what you want, but what you are. Let's bring it closer. Suppose you desire financial freedom, yet you keep checking your balance in worry, imagining loss, expecting lack. That frequency is scarcity, and scarcity can't summon wealth. It multiplies itself. The field isn't judging you, it's simply reflecting the signal you send. Now here's the paradox. The fastest way to change your signal isn't chasing the future, but embodying it, feeling it right now. practicing the vibration of your desired reality until it feels natural, not as fantasy but remembrance. Because in the infinite multiverse, that version of you already exists. When your mind and emotions sync with that version, reality begins to crystallize around it. This isn't daydreaming. Neuroscience shows your brain rewires through mental rehearsal. When you imagine your future with genuine gratitude, peace, or joy, your neural circuits start firing as though it's already true. Sustain that state and your body learns the future before it arrives. And once your body believes, the field responds. Neville Goddard said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled." He never meant pretend, he meant merge. Let that feeling dominate your system until it becomes your new baseline. Let your nervous system acclimate to abundance, love, or freedom until they feel inevitable. Because here's the missing truth. Manifestation isn't begging the universe for favor. It's merging with the version of you already living that outcome and bringing it into the now. Not through force, but through resonance. And when resonance stabilizes, the field mirrors it back as experience. A subtle shift occurs. You stop waiting for signs and realize you are the sign. You stop hunting synchronicities and start living in flow. That's when reality curves around you. That's when time compresses. That's when alignment feels like magic, not by luck but by coherence. In quantum physics, observation collapses the wave into matter. But not every observation carries the same power. Observation infused with trust and emotional clarity holds far more collapsing power than observation clouded by fear and doubt. So ask yourself, which version of reality are you continuously observing from within? When people say act as if, it's not about pretending or playing confident. It's about standing in the emotional stance of someone who already knows, someone who isn't waiting for validation, but living as evidence before it appears. This is where mastery of frequency begins. And when you reach that state, you stop chasing reality. You become the gravity that draws it near. Now that you understand the quantum field doesn't give what you want, but what you are, the next question is, how do you cause potential to collapse into form? Quantum physics tells us that every potential already exists in superposition. Your dream job, ideal partner, financial freedom. They're not distant wishes, but present possibilities waiting to be claimed. Yet they don't solidify through thought alone. They take form when your focused awareness collapses the wave, but not through empty attention. The field reacts to focus charged with emotion, with faith, with embodiment and alignment. When you feel your desired future as real now, you begin imprinting that timeline into the unified field. You don't chase it, you stabilize it. And that stability is what reality echoes back. Joe Dispenza explains that this requires coherence, a merging of heart and mind. Most live in mental noise and emotional distortion. Their thoughts reach for one thing while their emotions radiate lack. Their actions scatter, fueled by worry or doubt. In that state, the field receives no clear signal to mirror. But when the brain and heart synchronize, your transmission strengthens. You stop sending mixed frequencies and start broadcasting a steady tone of gratitude, trust, and certainty, the signature of one who already is what they once hoped to become. Viewed through neurobiology, emotion is chemistry in motion. Each feeling triggers hormones and signals that shape your state. Gratitude releases dopamine and oxytocin. Trust creates serotonin. These aren't just feel-good responses. They recalibrate your physiology. And your physiology becomes your point of attraction. If you can generate those emotions without needing outside proof, you reclaim authorship over reality. You stop reacting to life and begin instructing it. That's the turning point where external reality starts reorganizing itself. Neville Goddard said it best. Your assumptions harden into facts. He meant that your consistent emotional stance exerts a gravitational pull that molds your world. The outer simply mirrors the inner, and that's not poetry. It's physics. It's physics, backed by what we now understand about the universe: observation, entanglement, and coherence. The observer effect reminds us, what you give focused attention to not only expands, it evolves. You're not passively watching a future unfold. You're sculpting it moment by moment through every thought, emotion, and decision. So how do you sustain that? How do you live as though your desired reality already exists? This is where most stumble. They reach the frequency during meditation or journaling, but soon drift back into doubt, distraction, and the comfort of old identity. It's like planting a seed and digging it up daily to see if it sprouted. Manifestation thrives on energetic consistency. That doesn't require flawlessness. It requires returning, again and again, to the version of you who already is. Not just thinking it, but feeling it. Not just saying it, but behaving as it. Subtly at first. Walking as if, breathing as if, choosing as if. Each moment you select coherence over fear, presence over noise, you strengthen the quantum signature of your new reality. And then something electric happens. Once your vibration stabilizes, life begins to reorganize itself. Synchronicities appear. Unexpected doors open. Intuitive impulses guide you. People cross your path at uncanny timing. It's not magic, it's physics in motion. The field reshaping itself around your steady broadcast. You'll sense you're nearing collapse when the excitement quiets into knowing. Not anxious anticipation, but calm inevitability. That's when you stop asking, "Where is it?" and start whispering, "It's already mine." That's the moment you shift from hoping to creating, from possibility to embodiment. And that shift doesn't just alter your outer life, it changes how you see life itself. You no longer chase proof because your energy is the proof. You've collapsed the wave, and the life you once visualized is now observing you. When you begin living from the end instead of toward it, reality bends. But let's be honest, this is the edge where most people freeze. Not from disbelief, but from uncertainty about how to become what they seek. They try to think their way into a new reality without ever feeling it. They hope for transformation while repeating the same energy. And the field doesn't answer to hope. It responds only to energetic certainty. Quantum manifestation isn't about thinking happy thoughts until something magically appears. It's about matching the frequency of the timeline you're trying to access. That timeline, that version of you, already exists. You're not creating it from zero. You're tuning yourself to its signal. How do you know when alignment begins? You stop obsessing over how. You stop searching for signs, proof, or guarantees. You become less reactive to what's happening outside and more attuned to your inner calibration. Abraham Hicks often says, "You can't get there from there," meaning you can't manifest peace, freedom, or fulfillment from a frequency of urgency, frustration, or lack. You must begin acting, deciding, and most importantly, feeling as if you're already there. And that's when the mystery starts. You begin attracting new thoughts, not the ones you try to force, but the ones that naturally belong to that higher version of you. Intuition sharpens, opportunities unfold, synchronicities intensify, reality feels more fluid, time itself bends, as if life is accelerating to meet you halfway. Joe Dispenza explains that when you enter elevated emotional states, gratitude, love, awe, your brain and heart sync in gamma coherence. In that state, your nervous system becomes receptive to new realities. Your field turns magnetic and manifestation begins to flow. Not because you're pushing, but because you've become the channel through which creation moves. This is why the message remains: stop chasing, start attracting. It's never about effort, it's about calibration. Think about those moments when everything just clicked, when things aligned effortlessly, when help arrived out of nowhere, when someone voiced the exact thought in your mind. That was the quantum field answering your alignment. Now imagine living there intentionally, not by accident, but by design. That's the practice. And so, let's speak directly to your subconscious, because you're hearing this for a reason. Maybe you've felt your manifestations take too long, or thought something was blocking you, or feared you were doing it wrong. But here's the truth. You've always been closer than you believed. The fact that these words found you means your field is ready to shift. You're not broken. You're not behind. And you have nothing left to chase. You're now being asked to stabilize the version of you that no longer chases, the one who knows, who moves through life with calm certainty and grounded magnetism. That version already exists. And each time you remember it, you shorten the distance between your present self and your desire. So let this be the moment you stop striving and start remembering. Let this be the moment you embody the self who lives as though it's already done. Let this be your quantum point of shift, where waiting dissolves and becoming begins. Now anchor this new frequency. If these words resonate, if you can feel the vibration of your next level sinking into place, comment 777 below. Why 777? Because throughout numerology and sacred traditions it represents divine alignment, a vibrational pattern that signals your path is unfolding perfectly. When 777 appears, it's not merely a sign, it's a reflection that your inner world and higher potential are now in sync. It's confirmation that your manifestation isn't pending, it's already active in your field. So when you type 777, you're not just interacting, you're activating. You're declaring coherence. You're becoming a beacon of resonance for what you're ready to receive. And in that moment, you amplify the collective frequency, not just for yourself, but for everyone tuned into this transmission. That's the beauty of the field. It multiplies whatever we affirm together. So go ahead, type 777, watch others join, then watch how your reality begins to shift. This is your signal to the universe. I no longer chase, I attract, because I already am. If the quantum field whispers one eternal truth, it's this: there is nothing to wait for. Every version of your life, every path, every potential outcome already exists. Creation isn't built through effort, it's accessed through alignment. And that alignment doesn't take years of work or complex rituals. It begins the instant you stop seeking signs outside and start broadcasting the signal within. Remember, the reality where your manifestations already live isn't far away. It's right next to you, vibrationally adjacent, waiting for you to match its frequency. You don't have to leap into the new timeline. You simply need to stop resonating with the one you're leaving behind. This is what Neville Goddard meant when he said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled." It's not about wishful thinking. It's the sacred science of self-selection. You're not asking life to change. You're declaring, "This is who I am now." And because the field always honors coherence, it responds in kind. But here's the catch: you can't fake it. You can't claim abundance while anchoring in doubt. You can't repeat affirmations from a space of fear. You can't meditate your way into a new life while mentally holding on to the old one. The quantum field doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your vibration. And that's where your true power lives. So how do you live from that power? You practice coherence. You return to alignment again and again, not occasionally, but as devotion, as your natural way of being. You speak differently. You walk differently. You treat others and yourself as though you already are that version. And eventually, you're not pretending anymore. You're living it. This is the quantum code of manifestation few truly understand. Not because it's hidden, but because it's simple. Too simple for a mind addicted to complexity, too soft for a world addicted to struggle. Yet in that simplicity lies your secret key. The less you force life to happen, the more life begins to move through you. Trust that. Stop waiting for proof. Become the proof. Because the most powerful manifestations don't arrive with fanfare. They appear in quiet moments, a shift in breath, a wave of peace, a deep knowing. The universe speaks softly when it delivers what's already yours. So ask yourself, what if the change you've been waiting for is waiting for you to stop waiting? What if your next timeline is already watching, ready to respond to your signal that says, "I'm ready, collapse the distance"? If this resonates, share your intention, your affirmation, or your realization in the comments. Let this not just be a video, but a frequency portal. Let your words become anchors in the field. As you scroll, remember, you're not alone. We are one wave, one current, and your coherence strengthens the whole. If this transmission awakened something within you, consider subscribing, not for content, but for connection. This space is a sanctuary for those who know the universe is listening. For those ready to become what they've been calling in. You're not becoming powerful. You already are. You're not learning to manifest. You're remembering how reality responds to you. And the moment you stop chasing and start aligning, that's when manifestation turns effortless. That's when it becomes truly magical.